Hello people, it's a new year and that means some new videos. Before we get started, I'd like to correct an error that was pointed out to me by one of my Chinese friends recently. He noted that the map I use in some of my videos was not accurate, and so I've updated it. Here you go. Now, back to our regular broadcast. Christmas is the most important holiday for many people in the West, but its popularity in China is ever increasing, despite the powers that be's disapproval. But what if, by some miracle, China decided to make their own knockoff of Christmas? What would it be like? Well, after extensive research and data analysis, we've put together something that we think is quite plausible. So, Santa would have to go. China would need another symbol, something warm and recognizable, something symbolic of China, but with Chinese characteristics. Hanqi, the Christmas Pooh, would be a good name for him. He'd need a place similar to the North Pole to reside in. Harbin, with its cold, ice cream eating weather, would be ideal. He'd need a chariot of sorts, drawn by animals seen as iconic in China. A Rudolph-like character, one that doesn't fit in and is persecuted for it, but triumphs in the end. Perhaps being born left-handed, but through diligent instruction and hard work is finally able to overcome his disability. Elves would be the hard-working, devoted old ladies that dance in public. They'd work overtime without pay. For the people. Deciding who had been good or bad throughout the year would be based on Sesame credit scores. So much easier. The Christmas tree would have a star on top, but with a Chinese flavor. There would be only one other kind of decoration, a Chinese flag. Christmas carols would be the sort that praise the country and its wonderful, hard-working people. Lyrics would contain sentiments about love, friendship, and blind patriotism. And gifts would be easy. A simple apple with some well wishes printed on the side would be all that's needed. And much like the timing of this video, the date would be different from Western Christmas. So it's possible that a lot of you have not lived in China before, and so I decided that I would make a commentary about my videos, starting with this one, and then I will probably go back and do the same thing for my previous videos and for all future videos. If you think this is a good idea, if you enjoy this, if you find it insightful, please let me know in the comments. The first thing I guess I should talk about is why I chose Winnie the Pooh as the replacement for Santa. There was a meme going around that compared the leader of China to Winnie the Pooh, saying that he has the same figure as Winnie the Pooh. So if you didn't get the reference, Hanqi is a reference to the South Park character Hanqi the Christmas Pooh. So instead of Hanqi, it's Hanqi. Sounds more Chinese. If you didn't get the ice cream bit about Harbin, in Harbin during winter, it's very common for people to eat ice creams, or at least that's what I've been told. So I thought I'd just throw that in there. As for the chariots, the reference to a sleigh, that picture is just a common e-bike that you see all over China. And the animals that are drawing the chariot are called alpacas. Similar to llamas. So this one is quite an old thing. If you've been in China for a while, you will probably have known about this. But the Chinese name for the alpaca is, I don't know, I'm probably going to get the pronunciation wrong, but it's Taonima, which literally translates as grass mud horse. The same pronunciation, but with different characters, means F your mother. So basically, if you use the F your mother characters on the Chinese internet, those pages would immediately be censored. And so as a way to get past that, people were using different characters, the characters for this alpaca, when they wanted to express anger. So that's where that comes from. I've been told by people that if you are born left-handed in China, that it's actually considered somewhat of a disability. So when children start to write and they start naturally using their left hand, the teachers will force them to use their right hand. In the West, being left-handed just means that you are more right-brain orientated as opposed to left-brain orientated. So it's seen as completely normal, but here it's not. Here it's seen as somewhat of a, like I said, a disability. If you don't know what Sesame Credit is, this is a system that the government is testing out right now, and it will go live. Well, it is live now, but in 2020 it's going to be compulsory for everybody. Basically, it's a social credit score. If you've ever seen Black Mirror, they talk about this quite a bit. But basically, everything that you do in life is rated and given a score. And then depending on your score, you are given certain benefits, or you're punished in some way if your score is very low. For example, maybe you can't buy plane tickets, you can't leave the country. Right now, it's just theoretical about how it's going to be implemented. But yes, it's definitely something that will be happening in the future. So yeah, I hope that this commentary gives you more insight into why I chose what I chose for doing this video. Like I said, if you enjoy this kind of thing, if you find it informative, please leave a message in the comments. That way I know I'm not wasting my time, and then I'll continue to do it. So thank you for watching, and if you would like more of this kind of content, please subscribe.